Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lighting Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Alright, we're going to start out with some updates for the Acolyte show. Updates.
No more Acolyte.
No, don't worry. They have not announced a reversal on their cancellation decision.
I don't think they ever will.
Yet.
I don't think they ever will.
I'm getting nervous. I mean, that campaign, it's over 50,000 now. It's like at 60 or 70 or something.
That's not a lot of people when you
No.
really think about it.
Not a lot, but...
I'm not trying, as I always say, I'm not trying to hate on those who like the Acolyte, but like the reason it got canceled, not enough people watched it.
The poor viewership, the fact that it could not stay on with the Nielsen ratings even for each of its episodes.
No.
It kind of tells you something. It means that the viewership really wasn't there.
Which is why no matter how many people, unless like a ridiculous amount of people sign it, but like 60,000 people and all that isn't going to change their minds.
No, but the actors consistently rallying around it could
like
maybe
Ewan
have
McGregor,
some sort of a effect.
who's been asking for a season 2 and is, no offense, a bigger actor than anybody else on
You're not wrong.
the show or on this show.
But like for one, we just got Manny, aka the Stranger, aka Kamir, aka we don't know what his name is, in the show. He was at Dragon Con, and they asked him what a personal life goal was, and his answer was Season 2 of The Acolyte, which was met with a roaring applause.
Of course.
Is that really his life's goal? Is Season 2?
He's trying to... Look, I have no problem with him pandering to the fans, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably not even the right word for it. He's just trying to show support, and like I'm sure he'd like to do a season 2 as well. Like I don't get mad at him, but let's be real. Like if the show didn't have the viewership, if it didn't make its money back, essentially, they're not going to do another season. There's no like secret mystery here. That's what I find very frustrating about this topic. Like everybody has their own theory of why it got canceled.
Right.
When in reality, it got canceled for the same reason Willow got canceled and disappeared, because it didn't have enough people watching it.
No. Even the kitten doesn't care for it.
Yeah, even she's like, no.
Not again. I don't want to watch it again. Poor kitten. I do want to know the ending. And I think for the fans who want to know what happens, thanks, Yuna, with the Stranger and Osha and all those characters, I feel like they'll finish it up in a book or a comic. I mean, we're going to be getting the one-shot Kalnaka. The preview for that just came out.
There's like a couple books related or comics related to this, so I mean they're going to give it to you.
You'll get it, just not in
the
live
form
action
you probably
format.
wanted in.
Like if it's cheaper, they could make it animated.
I don't think they.
I don't know. Maybe it'll be a book or a comic book. It'll come down the ways that way, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. Especially if they want to continue the High Republic, they'll...
I mean, and Manny's saying that, his life's goal is Season 2 of The Acolyte. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I've heard,
he's the actor in the show. He probably, like I said,
Master
enjoyed the
Soul
role.
said he wanted to see a Season 2.
That's what you do.
That's good. But I know we didn't talk about it here. You did talk about it on your channel extensively. Amanda's...
her response.
Her response being throwing blame, and that's not going to get us anywhere.
Well, like I said...
As a society, honestly, throwing blame,
we
have to be done with that, right?
I agree. I think we have to kind of... And look, I understand bad things have happened in the past. That's
Absolutely.
That's the sticking point I think a lot of people have. They don't want you to forget, like, hey, bad things happen. And, like, I don't think we're going to forget, quote unquote, right? But we have to move past it.
We're not backpedaling to it.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't constantly be living your life worrying about what happened all these years ago. We have to move forward as a society. Mm-hmm. And I understand, again, bad things happen, certainly. But to keep bringing them up, I don't think it helps.
When we're not saying that there weren't trolls out there. There's always trolls out there for literally everything.
I have trolls. I have people who no, I mean,
I know you do.
I'm a nobody in the grand scheme of things, yet I have people who hate me. There are people on Reddit who, hate me and talk about crap about me. And it's like, I deal with that. I have comments that are just trolling me, and it's like, yep. I'm not saying I like it or think it should happen, but it does happen.
It does happen. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, anybody online is going to get a troll. And I'm not saying I get it anywhere near Stenberg. I'm saying the opposite. I get it a little bit. But it happens, and it's very unfortunate, and it's not going to stop.
She'd get less trolls if
Yes, you can't feed the trolls.
No,
as the
don't
saying
feed
goes.
don't feed the trolls. Stay away from the trolls. If you ignore the trolls, they eventually stop because they're not getting a reaction.
You can do. Yes,
it's like a child who's screaming on the floor because they want a cookie.
Yeah, or it's like
you
our
can
cat.
give them a cookie and then they're gonna do it again the next time.
Our other cat is a perfect example.
Kylo.
Our cat knows the things to do that will irritate us. When he's hungry, he'll do them. And if you feed him, if you respond to that, he will continue to do those things because you get the reaction, or he gets the reaction he wants.
He's actually picked out something in each room that we're in.
He does.
To know which thing in this room will annoy you. Because he knows if we can't see it, we don't.
Room.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So you can't say that this isn't how our cat's a troll.
He is a troll.
But don't feed the trolls. When you don't respond to them, they don't get the gratification. The whole reason they're doing it is because they want the response.
Yeah, do not feed the trolls.
Either ignore it or delete the message.
Yes, and I'm not saying it doesn't suck. It's horrible that it happens to her. That's not what we're saying at all. Like, nobody should have to deal with that. She shouldn't get attacked as
a person because people didn't like the character that she played, or people didn't like how the show she was in was written. She should not get harassed for that. Not on a personal level, and not at all.
I think we need to stop blowing it out of proportion, because we don't. I mean, how many people are doing it? Is like, now we have another cat trying to irritate us. But I mean, it always gets made like, oh, there's this huge section of the fan base doing this. Is that really happening, or is it just these few troll bad people doing this?
Yeah, that's what it is. But then coming back when you have a platform like she does as an actress, when you come back at the fans with your platform,
you're going to get an even bigger response.
You are. The trolls are going to hit you even harder, and now you're offending people who have nothing to do with the trolling.
Yeah. And hey, I think it's every right. She has every right to say whatever she wants.
She does. Free speech, man.
Yeah, but then you have to, as they always say, that you have to face the consequences for what you say. Mm-hmm. People are going to say things back. Like, if you have the right to say whatever you want, then people have the right to say whatever they want back to you. That's how it should work.
It's how it does work.
It's pretty simple stuff.
I don't care for what she said, but I'm going to ignore it and go on feeling how I feel about the show, because that's how I feel.
Yeah, I just don't like the show.
Unfortunately, her biting back and saying that, it's these haters, it's, what did she say, like the alt-right or extreme right. Because it's politics season, man. We have to go straight to...
Yes. It's only people on the right that didn't like the Acolyte. There's not a single person on the left that didn't like the Acolyte.
No one from the left, no one from the middle, only that alt-right group who hated it.
Yes. Which I've been called alt-right, so it doesn't even... Yeah, I'm... Spoiler alert, I'm not alt-right.
You're not alt-right.
No.
But let's move on to talking about other things,
let's,
because
put
the Acolyte is not the only thing in Star Wars news. We also got some updates about The Mandalorian and Grogu. By some, I mean one.
Some is one.
Some is one. Sigourney Weaver.
The power of one.
She did an interview before receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Venice Film Festival. They asked her what was like next on her schedule. And she mentioned an upcoming film, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which is why I brought up Mandalorian and Grogu first. Yeah. She said, I'm playing a role in The Mandalorian and Grogu. I got to meet Grogu for the first time the other day.
He's real?
Yeah. Duh.
What if he was? That would be creepy, wouldn't it? If there's a little green person out there who could use the Force. For real? Yeah. In our world, I mean.
What if he's just a little green person, but he can't use the Force?
It's all special effects and smoke and mirrors, yeah. Mm-hmm. That would be less creepy, I think.
So, Sigourney Weaver, no idea what she's going to play.
A villain.
You think so?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why. She's a phenomenal actress.
She could definitely be one of, like, the Imperial Remnant.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Head honcho, Sigourney Weaver, taking names. She's a little bit more advanced in years, so she could definitely play someone who was alive during the heights of the Empire.
She's Clone Wars. Like, she's been through it all.
She's been through it all. It's like she could be a really cool addition to the show.
She's again phenomenal actress. Happy to have her, and I hope she does play an Imperial, an ex-Imperial, or still Imperial, whatever we want to call them.
Empire for life.
That's just what she's probably going to be like this sweet old woman.
No,
I call her old. I'm so sorry.
Old.
She's not really that old, but you know what I'm saying. She's not young anymore either.
Right. We also got some updates on Ahsoka Season 2. Yeah, I know that comes out of nowhere. It's supposed to begin filming summer 2025.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought we might be getting Season 2 maybe at the tail end of 25 beginning of 26. But if it begins filming in the summer of 25, it might be late 26 at the earliest.
That's generous, I think.
I know, that scares me.
It makes you wonder if there is something else hidden that they have, because otherwise there's going to be some big gaps.
There could be. I mean, we do have a celebration coming up in April of next year where they could be announcing a show coming out later that year.
Well, yeah, we had that report that we did a couple days ago, a video on, like, that there were secret projects.
Secret projects.
Though I don't know how you keep something like a show being made like that big of a secret. That's got to be hard in this day and age.
But yeah, Natasha Louis Bordizzo, she was at Dragon Con as well, and she said 2025 in the summer, she said it will not begin filming until after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So that's currently filming. Principal photography will most likely finish in the next couple of months. So yeah, after that is done filming, well, I suppose it makes sense because you need Filoni and Favreau to be not working on that because they need to go to...
Especially Filoni, yeah.
Filoni needs to be working on Ahsoka Season 2. But that says late summer 2026 is probably the earliest we'd see an Ahsoka Season 2, correct?
Yeah, and that would be very early, I feel. More 2027.
Season 1 began filming May 2022 and came out August 2023.
Okay, so a little over a year.
A little over a year, just if you want to gauge it by that.
Yeah, so, yeah, maybe late 2026.
Not to mention, with Mandalorian and Grogu coming out in May 2026, that could bring some Star Wars buzz if you use any of those characters possibly in the show.
No, they would never do that.
You could... some of them aren't even in the right universe to be used.
Sure,
Ezra
Galaxy,
is, though.
but yes.
But you could use Ezra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying there could be some correlation to draw attention back to Ahsoka, back to Season 2.
I think there will be. There's definitely going to be, connections. I don't think they're going to be, like, very blunt and in your face and like, oh, you have to see the Ahsoka series now. But there'll be little hints.
There'll be hints and things that'll probably make you want to go watch it.
Yeah. I'm sure that's the hope.
Yeah. But that's all I got for news today.
All right, well, then that's all we got for you this time. So now it is your turn. Take to the comments below. Let us know what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.